This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition. Oh, no. It's the first edition, the 2019-2020 first edition of an Edmonton Oilers game review for a regular season game. And I've got good news. Do you read what I read? 3-2 for the Edmonton Oilers. It's a final this evening from Rogers Place, and oh, that feels good. You know what? That 100%. I have no other way to say this other than this is what we lacked all of last year. And we went out and got it done this evening. And what I mean by that is as simple as that get down mentality, right? Obviously, we got down 2-1 at one point. We had been leading for most of the game up to that point, 1-0. And then down 2-1 on a tough goal. And suddenly, we come back, fight back, claw our way back into the game, get a 2-2, win 3-2 on a beauty of a goal by Connor McDavid, and suddenly we are 1-0 to start the season. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand atop with maybe the Vegas Golden Knights whenever their game finishes. I'm not sure what's going on there. I haven't checked the other scores, but we are on top, tied for first place in the Pacific Division after night one of the NHL regular season. Now, mind you, I'm going to hear it in the comments that this is the only time the Oilers will be tied for first in the Pacific Division. Remember, my goal's not first. My goal's fourth or better. I'll take whatever that result there may be. However, let's go break down this 3-2 victory for the Oilers. As you see on the screen already, it's simple, it's cut and dry. The Vancouver Canucks, they put the pressure on. I mean, they had probably 3 or 4 shifts this game where they absolutely ran our Edmonton Oilers around in the defensive zone. However, the one key fact for our Oilers this evening, I said in the game preview, I didn't trust Nurse and Larson to shut it down. I didn't trust Russell and Benning to be good defenders. But ladies and gentlemen, they went out there and absolutely clutched up this evening by not panicking. That was the huge key for them. They didn't panic this evening. Mike Smith, heck of a start. We'll get to the numbers right after we get to the guys who scored the goals. Leon Draisaitl, the first goal of the game. 5 minutes, 42 seconds into the first period for us. Zach Kassian, Matt Benning, the assist. You'll hear Matt Benning's name one more time in this roll call of guys who scored. Then followed up in period number 2 by Alex Edler on, well, what was it? Alright goal, I guess you could say, for them, but nothing too fancy. He had a good little blast from the point that got through. Assist to Brock Besser and JT Miller. Chris Russell did try to block it, change the direction. That's why it scored in on Mike Smith, I guess you could say, to defend him. But realistically, it's the first goal of the year. We don't need to go out and defend anyone yet. Honestly, it's not that bad. We ended up winning, right? That's all that matters in game one. Tanner Pearson, then 9:41 into the third period, scores a Tyler Myers point blast. Tanner Pearson got a tip-off on it. Alex Edler gets his second point of the game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, would give the Canucks a 2-1 lead. And that would be all the offense they would get the rest of the way home, save for a crossbar with 2 seconds left on the clock. Because then, 10:52 to go left. Well, that's a minute 11 seconds later. Zach Kassian scores his first goal of the season, assisted by Leon Draisaitl and Darnell Nurse. And that's huge because you know what? That right there, we're talking about Darnell Nurse having to step up. That's, hey, he gets a point. But we're talking about Leon Draisaitl having to be away from Connor McDavid. McDavid was on the ice. McDavid didn't factor into that goal. Zach Kassian did. We're talking about Zach Kassian setting career records. Zach Kassian has a 2-point effort in the opening night. You like where I'm going with this? Lots of positives. Absolutely, to begin this game. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first taste of it for the 2019-2020 season. And let me tell you, it is just as sweet as I remember from years previous. Connor McDavid cutting up the middle through the defense, blocker side. My goodness, give it to me, inject it into my veins. I'll take it for 82 games this season. That was so beautiful to give us a 3-2 lead with just over 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go in that third period. And who got the assist? Do I need to mention Leon Draisaitl? And I told you you'd hear his name one more time in Matt Benning. Now the factor is, you see it in the title of my video, Connor McDavid sets a franchise record with this goal. He goes out there and scores his 6th career opening night goal, which sets him apart from Horkoff, Smith, and some guy named Wayne Gretzky, who all had 5 goals to set the franchise record prior to tonight when Connor McDavid broke it with 5:23 to play in the third period this evening against the Vancouver Canucks. And on Matt Benning's front, very good to see him getting involved offensively. The plus minus, go nuts, guys, go nuts. 33-22 the shots for the Oilers, or for the Canucks. Guys, is what it is. You know what, realistically, like I said, we didn't panic. We didn't give up a bad shot selection for the Canucks, or bad shot against, I guess you could say, or else we would have lost this game based on shots. So that's huge. Mike Smith, we'll get to him in a minute. 24-20 the shots for, or hits for the Oilers. Faceoffs 26-24 for the Canucks. So yeah, sure, we were what? Just under 48% in the faceoff dot. Not a terrible night. Penalty minutes, we took 2 minors, but we were able to kill 2 minors. Then that actually seems very incorrect. I think we took 3 penalties. Yeah, we took 4 penalties. Something's a little screwy here with the Sportsnet feed I've got of the game. Pardon me. And then block shots 17-17. Giveaways we had 16. We were brutal. We'll clean that up. Takeaways though we had 12 as well. So that's good news for us. Now the box score wise, what you need to know. Gaetan Haas, this is the one you'll look at the box score tomorrow morning in the newspaper and say, why did he only play 2 minutes and 11 seconds? We're easing him into it. I don't really know the situation. The penalties might have factored into that. He should have played 3 to 5 minutes, but he didn't end up playing that. And then you've got Connor McDavid ending up out there for 21 minutes and 5 seconds, so not 22, 21. And then you've got Darnell Nurse leading the way with Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl had 26 minutes and 11 seconds on ice, while Darnell Nurse had 25 minutes and 59 seconds on the ice this evening at Rogers Place. Guys, let's get to Mike Smith. You know what? For 38 years old, if we're going to get goaltending like that all season long, I'm going to sleep well every single night after an Oilers game, knowing that's what we're getting night in, night out. Now, obviously, I can say that, but we're not going to get that night in, night out. There's going to be bad nights. But guess what? If you've got a perfect world, that's where Mikko Koskinen comes in and has a night like Mike Smith had tonight. You go back and forth, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to win more games than we lose. If we get goaltending like this evening, if we get defense that doesn't panic like they didn't tonight, and if you get offense that's this explosive. The worrying factor, yes. Who scored the points tonight? Outside of Matt Benning, it was Draisaitl, McDavid, Kassian, and Nurse. Again, back to it, right back where we left off in 2018, 2019. However, you know what? Talk about James Neal in this one. He had a couple great shots on goal, and there's no faulting him in that one. Mr. Alex Chiasson should have been able to bury one and absolutely put this game to bed early, but he couldn't get it done on the power play. Then you've got, let's see who else had shots. Nuge had 4 shots. Nuge was set up in the slot a couple of times, and that's my last point. You know what? I'll cut it short right here. The landlord's probably sleeping downstairs, so I want to try and keep the peace here. What I'll cut it short with is the Oilers are looking fantastic in one department of the offensive zone in particular based on this game to begin the season. And that department, ladies and gentlemen, is the simple fact that we're getting pucks into the dangerous area for dangerous shots with relative ease. Honestly, I can't count how many pucks today we set up in the slot area with a clear shot on net just like it was routine. Nothing about it. Just nothing to it. Get it in there, shot off. Man, the Oilers look like geniuses. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we got ourselves this evening. So a 3-2 win. How impressed am I? I'm just happy to win opening night. Don't kid me wrong there. Opening night's a success. We're 1-0. Now we go rocking the rest of the year. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Stolany TV. Thank you so much for tuning into the first game review of the year. I am up on, as always, out of here.